Welcome back to the mat, friends. We're going to start by just finding a nice comfortable seat. You're welcome to grab a block like I am if you want the hips a little bit lifted here. And just arrive. Just allow yourself to arrive to the mat. Shake it out. Maybe loosen the jaw. Maybe stop frowning or scowling if you catch yourself doing that. Allow the spine to grow tall, placing one hand over your heart and the other on the belly. And just start to get in tune with your own presence, nice and steady. Close your eyes if that feels safe. And as you're breathing with intention, I really want you to think with your inhale, you're filling the belly, the ribs, the heart space. And when you exhale and let that breath out, you're letting the weight you've been carrying just slowly melt away with every exhale. The space we're aiming to create today is a space for us to untangle, to be soft, and to soften any knots that we feel have been left behind from any emotional labor we've had to do. So let each breath during this practice really be an intentional act of self-care. This entire sequence is a reminder for you and your body that you are allowed to rest. Wonderful, friends. Go ahead and open up your eyes. And we're going to move our block to come in front of us. And we're going to set ourselves up for a nice child's pose. So let's have the knees as wide as you can. Big toes are touching, sitting back towards the heels. And we're going to use our block to rest our forehead. And the difference with our child's pose today is we're going to hug ourselves. So really take this time to figure out what that feels like for you. Wrapping the hands around yourself and just allowing your body to relax in this pose. Forehead is rested on the block. And if you feel like you want to rest your head on the mat, you're also welcome to move the block. I just want to introduce the block just for added comfort today, because we could really use comfort after doing emotional labor, whether it's things we're going through on our own or labor that has been required for others. We're aiming for comfort here, so if you would like the block, keep it. Let's slowly make our way out of our child's pose. If you had the block, keep it in front of you. If you weren't using the block, bring it in front of you, and we're going to find an ankle stretch. So placing both knees on your block, we're going to set ourselves up by shifting back onto our heels, and then slowly walking your hands as far back behind you as you can, shoulders away from the ears, and think of the hips going towards the sky. You maybe even want to lift the hips if you're looking for a bit of a deeper sensation, but you have the support of the block underneath your knees, so it doesn't feel as intense on the feet. But here, we're just stretching the tops of our feet. Some may even feel it in the shins. And remember to stay intentional about that inhale and that release of weight and things you no longer need in your exhale. Wonderful job, friends. Let's go ahead and place our block to the side. And we're going to come into the opposite of our ankle stretch and get a deep stretch in the back of our feet, soles of our feet, the toes, and sit in a toe squat. So you're sitting back on your heels, except this time your toes are curled underneath you. And think of yourself as just squatting on your toes, knees on the mat, hands on your lap, or you can have them in prayer position in front of the heart. And this can be a bit intense, so please, as I keep saying, stay intentional about your breath. Sending breath to any areas of discomfort, allowing it to open up as it needs to. Wonderful job, friends. Release your toe squat. Maybe shake it out if you need to, or rub the feet if you need to. I know both ankle and toe squat can feel a bit intense, so just shake it out here for a moment. Take your time, point and flex the feet, whatever you need here. Awesome job. You can keep your block here, but I'm going to place it to the side. And we're just going to find a nice as wide as you can, straddle pose here. And once you've found that, the feet can be neutral. So the only thing I don't want to happen is for your toes to start facing the front of the room. That's the only thing I want you to be conscious about, but still find a just kind of gentleness to the foot. It doesn't have to be pointed, it doesn't have to be perfectly flexed, but just allow the feet to be. And reach your hands out in front of you. You're welcome, if you would like, to place your hands a little higher by using the block. If this area is extremely tight for you, I had leg day, so this was really tight for me. You're welcome to grab a block if you just need the extra comfort and assistance. There's no shame in using your props for what they're there for. And we're just gonna hold here, and I'll circle back when it's time to release this shape. Start to walk your hands back, coming towards the center of the body, sitting up nice and tall. And slowly guide your feet and close them gently so you can use your hands to assist you. And let's make our way on to the belly. Today we are going to find Sphinx pose. So that means the shoulders are above your elbows. Shoulders are away from the ears, neck is long, looking out in front of you. And finding your pelvis is shifting into the mat. But at the same time, I also want you to find a bit of softness in the hamstring, the glutes, the calves, the feet. If you feel like you tighten those immediately, just off of instinct, I want you to notice it, and on your next exhale, just try and relax those areas and soften it. Sitting as high as you can with the chest nice and open. You might find that maybe you need to push the hands out a little farther out in front of you if your chest is just not able to go up that high. We never want to have a strong, painful sensation in the low back. That's not the aim here. And let's make our way out of Sphinx pose, maybe resting your head on your forearm for a moment. Just take stock of how you feel so far in this sequence. And then start to make your way onto your back, pulling the knees towards your chest. And just pull that right knee in a little deeper towards the chest with assistance from your hands. Left leg straightens out in front of you. And you take that right leg across the body, opening up. So you can have arms stretched out. You can have cactus arms here. You can even grab a block like you saw me just do and rest it underneath your knee if that's needed. Just once again adding comfort and accessibility to your practice is nothing to be ashamed of. Maybe you just need a little bit of space between you and the floor, and the block can be a great option for that. Making sure that both of your shoulders are on the mat. So if you feel like that right shoulder is trying to lift off the mat, adjust yourself in the pose and in the shape to a space that can allow you to both get the sensation you need in the low back, but also allow both shoulders to stay flat on the mat. Awesome job. Let's use a little bit of core strength to bring that knee back to the center. Hug those knees together just for a moment. And when you're ready, go ahead and do the same exact setup on the other side. Arms are outstretched, or you can do cactus arms, whatever is most comfortable. Gaze can be towards the ceiling or towards your left arm. And I'll be back when it's time to come out of the shape. Let's go ahead and bring that knee back to the center, pulling both knees towards the chest. And again, we're just gonna have one last hug, hugging the knees, bringing them as close to the chest as you can. Maybe rocking from side to side, giving that low back a bit of a massage. And when you're ready, just go ahead and start taking up some space on your mat as we prepare for Savasana here. Shoulders away from the ears. Decide on whether you want to place the palms up towards the sky. Maybe you are in a space of needing to receive. Or maybe you want to place the palms on the ground like I'm doing. Maybe you just need this time to ground yourself into how you feel. Grounding yourself into your truth. And grounding yourself into what you know to be real in this moment. I'm gonna leave my voice out of this from here on. And I just want you to enjoy this rest. And I'll be back for us to close the practice together. Start to find some movement in the toes, the fingers, the wrists, the ankles. Maybe let out a yawn or a stretch above the head if you need to. And we're gonna slowly make our way onto our sides and coming up to a nice seated position like how we started our practice. Big inhale, scoop all of this grounded energy, seal it, and exhale, heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know how you feel in the comments. Be well, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next video.